Goes by T-REV, so we'll call him that as well. And he joins us now.
People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rep game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will lead up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have it back. So I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my people.
All right, here we go.
There were at least 2 of the people. They were mutilated. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But I can say that they were. It was not like somebody, had a butcher knife or anything like that. Like the wounds were equivalent to something that was much like huge gaping wounds.
Papa said I love you, but
not
like maybe like a machete.
Like I'm talking like if you think about being a hunter and if you think about a deer and all that.
All right, so I know a lot of you've probably seen this video as it has tons and tons of views without me telling you what my thoughts are on it. And we're going to watch this and go over it. What are your thoughts on it? Kaylin, some people have way too much time on their hands.
That if you can go through that process in your head, like it was to that
exactly.
If not
that's
worse,
all people see me for is the
use. So
me.
it's not just like a stabbing situation. It was really like something very sinister.
How do you know that? How do you know that about you?
Well, I know from Dylan. I don't
see it.
So
he told me from what Hunter knew.
So it says another witness has bravely come forward. And this is the one everybody's been emailing me about, this dot person. I told you what I thought about them the other night, but you asked for it, so we're going to go over it live. Another witness has bravely come forward. Dot claims to have been partying next door on the night of the murder. She also knows Dylan Mortensen personally. I'm with you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Miss PJ. We got a lot of big positive shit coming up. We got Paramount coming up. We got Netflix coming up. We got other creators block me because they saw me on here and called me out on it. I visit multitude of channels. Yeah, Denise, I see you. And you're legit. Fake. All right, so here we go. This is what I was looking for. Fake. Never seen this. I have not seen this video. I've owned my own business for many years and I can smell what folks are up to. Cloud chasing coattail riders have a unique smell. Just saying. Frenchie says it's other creators trying to push their narrative. WSU, Kim, and others. Okay, this is Dot. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. And I've heard another clip from them that is not this one, but I want to jump into it. Kelly says, T-REV, I have a new theory. It's going to sound crazy, but it's something to think about. Is there any tunnels running under Idaho? Somebody talked about tunnels, underground tunnels in an email. Charlene says, remember, T-REV, you didn't need any creator when you first started this channel, so you don't need them now. You have a strong, solid following now and still growing because of your strong moral compass and ethic. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Charlene. Miss PJ, welcome. Let's keep debunking it because it needs it. Because people are believing this. People are sending this to my email saying that this person is legit and that what they're telling them, what they say in this video is 100% facts. That's what I'm being told in my email. So I decided, hey, we need to go over this. I believe this person is telling the truth and has no reason to fear or has a reason to fear for her safety.
Triggered me to want to reach out is that there's all this stuff that was coming up about the Lynn Lane footage and if it was real or not real. And I know I know from what I've seen personally that it is real. And there's so much misinformation and it's scary. It's really scary because
that is scary.
It is very scary because what I've seen, what I've seen, that footage is real. The audio, I can't say everything, because I don't know everything, but I can say from what I've seen, the footage is real and it's getting to a point where people are lying back and forth. And I thought maybe that I could, by speaking, that I maybe could give some validity to something. And I guess I didn't think that people maybe not believe me or I got there before 10 o'clock and I hung out there. We were playing
Heather,
beer pong. We were playing
congrats
games.
on 7 months. Thank you.
We left at like a little after 1:30 to go get more alcohol. And then we came back, and then I was there. I fell asleep maybe around 3:30. I woke up in the morning. I woke up around maybe about 8:15, the latest maybe 8:30, and I smoked cigarettes. So I went outside to the balcony to smoke a cigarette because we don't smoke in the apartment. And I seen 5 people outside in the backyard area of the house. There was 3 males and 2 females. One of the
What?
went outside to the balcony.
So I went outside to the balcony to smoke
a cigarette because we don't smoke in the apartment.
So they're pointing at this one, insinuating that it's this apartment that they're smoking at.
And I seen 5 people outside in the backyard area.
So they seen 5 people outside in the backyard area. Okay.
Of the house. There was 3 males and 2 females. One of the males was like very pale and had light colored hair. There was a black male.
Thank you, Obsessed.
There was another guy that I had never really even seen before. That was
hold up again. They said, and this is what a lot of y'all are believing.
There's a black male. There was another guy that I had never really even seen before. That was kind of just like had his hoodie up. Dylan out there. The apartments that I was at, there was a balcony, and if you go to the right of the balcony, the house is literally like up, like next to my shoulder on the right hand side. So it's like
that house.
It's literally there, and we had a lot of people there.
Okay.
Yeah, we were partying just like an average night. We had a lot of people in the apartment. We partied all the time. There was always ruckus going on.
They're saying they seen a black person. Is that so they're insinuating that they seen Demetrius? Is that what they're insinuating? Is that what they're trying to throw back in? Is this Demetrius Emma stuff? So 5 people, and now you notice in the pitch black dark who is who?
In the morning, I remember seeing Dylan because I know Dylan, she's taller, so I can kind of pick her out. And I know Emma was there, Emma's friend, and there was a guy that I wasn't sure who he was with light colored hair. And there was another guy that had a hoodie on that I couldn't identify. But they were all just literally passing a joint around a little bit after 3 a.m. This was before I went to bed. We were supposed to, in the apartment that I was at the party, we were supposed to go on the balcony to smoke. We were not supposed to like around a little bit after 3, there were a couple of things that I heard that were really disturbing. But
are all these people that come out and end up being who they're not, are they sent, or are they just, do you guys think it's just captured the nation and it's brought out everyone? I mean, are these people that just came out of the woodworks? Are all these people that are coming out the woodworks that completely just say they're one thing and they're the other? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I'm anonymous. Keep me anonymous. Oh, yeah, I heard this at 3 and I edited my post on Facebook at 5 and I changed it at 7 and now I got it a subpoena and I'm got to go into the Idaho courts and testify because I heard this sound. But why are you on YouTube talking about it? We don't believe you. But anyways, we'll proceed to listen and break down this bullshit.
It's probably something really stupid and I'm just overanalyzing it, like in my head I didn't think like, oh, there is something of emergency. When I look back at it now, like it literally tears me up inside. It was like it was a scream. There was one scream. It sounded like somebody was being mauled by a bear. Like it was like.
When did you hear that?
This was a little bit after 3 a.m.
Okay, so now you want to line everything up. So this person has had time to sit around and build up this story. They've went and listened to every piece of footage out on the Idaho 4Ks, and literally, now they're inserting this story in their head. A little bit after 3 a.m., that thing that was heard on that body cam that everybody can go listen to. It's this one right here.
Something maybe to think about. I'm at a party with a bunch of people, and we were smoking weed, and we were drinking, and there were people that were doing illegal drugs, and I would have called the police. I would have gotten everybody at the party in trouble. So, but now that I think of it.
When I go on Paramount, that's going to be one of my number one things that I talk about. When I do this Paramount sleuth thing, I'm going to talk about the Kims and the people that inserted themselves to be some type of participant in this case as far as somebody who was directly involved with the case. I think that's going to be an important thing to talk about. I'm going to take that email that she sent. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things within the time gap that I have on there. Because, yeah, you know, there's a certain time gap. They'll probably record 2-3 hours of stuff and really edit the best 30 minutes. Danielle says, I know this person is lying. Texas Angel says debunked now. T-Rock says Dodd is bullshit like so many others that have inserted themselves in this case. Pickle Toes Grandma says, I don't believe this woman. Her voice is of a older woman, not a college student. K Danielle says, I know this person is lying. I kind of take it as that one person who called me that one time. Who was it? Mom Bum. And maybe, I don't know. I'd have to go back and re-listen to the phone call, but it's all these different people that just, they really want to talk about their theories. So these people get so deeply in. They're so much of a liar. They're habitual liars. They literally believe their own lies. Tammy Fletcher, Rev, who sent this in? A lot of people, not just one particular person. A lot of people sent this in and said, can we go over it live? I think it's bullshit. When I first started checking it out, which I got to about 8 minutes when I first seen it, and we're now 9 in. So I haven't seen this part that they're talking about. JJ Frank says, this person sounds very old to be partying with college kids. Dodd's real name is Riley ? That's what they say. Chris Doheny says the only black person in Moscow is Demetrius Robinson, of course. So Rubber Toe says, looking forward to hearing how this is debunked, because I've mostly just heard she's trans or she's old or whatever, as if that's enough. Miss Potts says she's claiming she saw the 5 around 8 a.m., not when it was dark. Just to clarify, Miranda says this is bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's what Miranda said. She left at 1:30 but never noticed the million cops there. Teresa Smith says, I don't trust or believe this person. I watched this. You know, there's people that actually can see it for what it is, because it is bullshit. It's like the WSU Kim story where she said Xana was pregnant. Brian cut her Kaylee's heart out and took it with him. And it's just like those stories. It's the same as those weird ass stories. I don't see a balcony, says Butterfly.
A male was whistling for the dog. They were looking for the dog at like 3 in the morning.
Was that before or after you heard the scream that you said you heard?
It was before the scream.
Denise says Dot is WSU Kim. It could be any of these people. Justin, Dave, WSU Kim, dying to get the spotlight, huh? Cheyenne says some flunky that never went to college.
Oh my God!
Austin Hippie says she claims they are laundering money. And that's funny you say that, because I know where that comes from. You know, it comes from a certain group. One person out of that group said that to me. They said Christy Gonsalves allegedly was money laundering and the whole ordeal, and this was a snuff film, and Ashland Couch was involved, and all these different people were involved, but yet why is there only evidence pointing towards Brian Christopher Kohlberger and no one else? Why did all these people see stuff but can't show their face, get up on camera, turn their camera on? You know, that you would scared for your life? Stop it. Ain't no cartel out in Moscow, Idaho. Hate to break it to you.
Anybody and everybody that I can talk to that would hear my story, that could do anything for that. I have spoken, I have shown, you know, that I was at the apartment that night. I have shown documentations that I was a student there.
Cyber Ninja says, we just don't know. It's a hard pill to swallow with the info we have. One person did 2 people in one room at a time without screams, without the 2 living victims hearing. It just doesn't seem like that, you know? If there was all this stuff, why would the FBI not be able to uncover it, but yet Joe Schmo can? That's what I fail to understand. Why can't they, you know, if they ended up uncovering some crazy shit, I feel like it would have been uncovered by now. It wouldn't be still sitting around to where people are coming on YouTube and saying these different things, but yet the law enforcement officials know nothing about it. If you claim it and have testified, then what happened to the gag order? If that's true, you would be part of the gag, in my opinion. Steffi says these people are sick making up these stories. How do you live with yourself? Sick and sad, in my opinion.
You know, and they were really mad because she was going to be going away, and she was a part of helping them, you know, and aiding in their efforts. And so she was.
Stop the cap.
If you look at all the people that have came out, just are like, look, me, you know, you had Kim, several different people, whether it's from of pushing the narrative, it's, you know, a drug cartel, there's all these different people involved, to even the good side. You have people that are lying from the good side that are trying to say, oh, you know, I was really, you know, Xana called me grandma, or G-Mon, she called me this, and, you know, I have all these videos of her, and they're not. You know, they're clearly not, as we've had somebody that is a very good friend with Jeff, which is Xana's dad, and that is Todd, who is on the show. He's been on the show about 3 or 4 times already. So, I mean, this is a guy that hangs out with Xana's dad, who Xana was in her, you know, in his gymnastics class, and best friends with his daughter Sydney, who both sat here with their camera on, and you can go and find news clips on them being on the news. So when these people come out with these outlandish stories talking about I knew them, I knew that, I just turn to one person who knows something about it and say, hey, is this true? Hell no, it's not. So I mean, like, a lot of these people have been debunked already, and people are still showing them attention. It's like we just watched this Dot video, and we know I mean, come on now, that shit didn't even make sense. We just listened to 17 minutes full of something that didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Every day I wake up, it's another person that's dead, and YouTube has to solve it because the law is failing kids. I'm disgusted at the evil in the end, and if you connect the dots, you'll see the vision in your head. Why do people die as victim to the streets? They wonder why I'm up all night and can't sleep. I'll be the voice for everyone who can't speak. L.E. fell Kylie, and now Sammy is free. AWP did a good deed, and y'all be talking all that shit while they just do it for free. 16 days for 35 minutes.